Hello everyone, this is Natalie Goldberg and I'm gonna present to you the organelles. Please bear with my drawings. I can't really draw, so this is the best I could give and I hope you enjoy it or you like the presentation. Thanks. Alright, so the first organelle that we have here is gonna be the nucleus. So this whole circle right here is the nucleus. And this is also called the control center because it contains the DNA, our DNA, and this is surrounded by a bilayer membrane called the nuclear envelope. So right here, that will be the nuclear envelope, and it also contains the nucleolus, which is right here, the black spot right here, that produces an organelle called ribosomes. So that's like a protein from the nucleolus. Alright, so for our next slide, it will be the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, or the rough ER and smooth ER. So I labeled the arrows right here, green for the rough endoplasmic reticulum to show you which one in the drawing is the rough. So for the rough endoplasmic reticulum, it's continuous with the nuclear envelope. So it's like from the nucleus, the outside layer, it's going to be continuous with rough. And this rough ER contains ribosomes. That's why it has like the dots on it. Those are ribosomes, and you could link it to why it's rough because of those. And then those ribosomes are responsible for peptide and protein synthesis. While the smooth endoplasmic reticulum is right here. So this one doesn't have ribosomes, that's why it doesn't have those dots on it. And then you could differentiate the two of them because of the ribosomes. So you know it's rough when it has those like dots on it, while smooth doesn't have any of those dots. But the smooth one, it detoxifies the cytoplasm, or it takes out the toxic substances, so it helps with that. And then the ribosomes right here with the gray arrow, those are small organelles that is produced by nucleolus from the nucleus, that patch that I showed you from the first slide or second slide. And these are found here in the rough, so the dots. And then this reads the genetic material, and then it produces peptides and proteins as well. So ribosomes is like a protein right here. Alright, so this is Golgi complex, and this is a small stack or small stacks of cisternae, in which these are the cisternae right here. So the outer layers are the cisternae, what we call cisternae, and these Golgi complex is the one that finishes off the proteins that came from ER or endoplasmic reticulum. So they process it further and then sort it out and transport those processed proteins to the body or to where they're supposed to be. So it also synthesizes the carbohydrates, so they make those carbohydrates. And the one that transports those processed proteins would be this circle ones right here, and they're called the vesicles. So Golgi vesicles, they're the ones that transport those proteins to the body. And these vesicles also sometimes export products out through the cell membrane by exocytosis, which is like out of the cell. They transport it out of the cell. That's why it's exocytosis. So this is a lysosome. It doesn't look like it, but sorry for the drawing. So this is a specialized type of Golgi vesicle that travels around cell and break down organelles and particles. So it basically like cleans around the cell for any organelles that's not supposed to be there or particles that's not supposed to be there. So just like white blood cells, they use them to break down the bacteria inside the cell. So it helps with cleaning the toxics around the cell. And from the name itself, Lysol, just remember Lysol, it cleans, like just cleans around the cell. Easy to remember that way. And then these are like small hollow pockets or bubble-like structures. So that's how they look like. Well, this is like the inside of it. And then this contains the digestive enzyme with like different types, 50 different types of enzymes. And that's the one used to break down those organelles or particles that isn't needed in the cell. So yeah, these are Golgi vesicle that cleans around the cell. Okay, so this next one is the peroxisomes. So the last one was lysosome, and this one is peroxisome. So they're like, it resembles the lysosome, but these aren't produced from Golgi vesicle, but instead from the endoplasmic reticulum. So this detoxifies cells by producing hydrogen peroxide to break down particles. So it also like cleans, but it uses hydrogen peroxide compared to lysosome that has the digestive enzyme to break down those toxics or toxins around the cell. Alright, so this is mitochondria, and this is oval in shaped, and it has numerous internal folds right here, which is called cristae. And this is also called the powerhouse of the cell because it synthesizes ATP, which is using sugars, fats, and proteins to produce energy. That's why it's called the powerhouse of the cell. So you know it's gonna be mitochondria if you hear powerhouse of the cell. Alright, so this is the last one, which is called centrioles, and these are cylindrical in shape right here and made of microtubules. So these are always paired and arranged perpendicular to each other. So there's one right here and one right here. And each centriole contains numerous microtubules. So this is the one, microtubules, and right there. So these are proteins that function in cell division. So they're used in cell division, the microtubules and centrioles. Alright, so that's the end of my presentation, and thank you for listening and watching.